carried out and procedures have been established to minimise any risks. They're also used for initial isolation until a more positive isolation is provided. Where the material is such that a hazard could escape through a pulsing valve, an adequate slip plate needs to be inserted, or a section of pipe removed and an adequate blank flange fitted to the life side. A double block and bleed isolation can be regarded as a positive isolation process, provided that the bleed can be verified as being clear and cannot become blocked. A double block without a bleed shall not be regarded as more secure than a single valve. Where entry into confined spaces is required, a positive isolation will be achieved by one of the following methods. 1. Physical disconnection of lines, such as removing a valve, spool piece or expansion joint, closing the confined space and fitting a blank to the open end of the line. 2. Inserting an adequate slip plate, blank or spectacle blank in the line between the vessel flanges to the confined space. Working with stored mechanical energy. Even after equipment has been turned off at the switch, it can contain stored energy. For example, inside this lift is a bucket pulley system that has stored energy on one side. Always make sure that you wait until moving parts have stopped completely and stored energies have been released before commencing work. Working with pressurized vessels or equipment. Before work can commence on equipment under pressure or entry made to vessels under pressure, reduce the pressure to atmospheric level by means of vents, blowdown valves and drains. Even though the pressure has apparently been reduced, care needs to be taken when breaking lines or removing manhole covers in case any residual pressure remains in the lines. Working with pneumatic and hydraulic drives. Energy in pneumatic and hydraulic drives to equipment needs to be released by isolating electrical power supply to drive motor venting pressure. For example, compressed air to atmosphere or hydraulic oil back to hydraulic oil tank. Locking of isolation drains or vent valves in lines. In the case of entry to confined space or where leakage past a closed valve could present a hazard, these lines can be broken and slip plates inserted. Disconnection of drives. Any moving part which can cause injury through free movement or could fall needs to be physically restrained and tagged even if disconnected from power. When it's not possible to do a typical isolation, then remove driving belts, disconnect mechanical coupling, disconnect electrical cable to driving motor and prevent movement by using blocks, wedgings or lashings to restrain. Proving of isolations. Before work can begin, an authorised person